Hello everybody, Interi back again with another video. Yeah guys, it is time. It is time to do a video about this year's second Grand Slam final. In this strange 2020 year, we will have the US Open final as the number 2 final of the year to preview. In a regular year, in a normal year, this would have been the 4th slam final that I would have previewed, but in a strange year like 2020, this will be the second one. Yeah guys, only two last man standing, Domenic Thiem and Alexander Sasha Zverev. Yeah, the German against the Austrian, they will do and play and fight against each other who will be a new Grand Slam champion. We have not had any new Grand Slam champion in a while in tennis, guys, so this is absolutely exciting times, I personally feel, even though that it was not fun to see the 17 times Grand Slam champion go out like he did in the 4th round. He did not get defeated in a normal match, but it is what it is, and we need just to accept the situation. We should just embrace the situation and feel that this will be an excitement time for tennis to have a new Grand Slam champion. Domenic Thiem, he will play his 4th Grand Slam final in his career. Like we all know, he has played 2 in French, lost to Rafa Nadal, both of those, and he has played 1 in Australian Open just earlier this year and lost an epic close one against Novak Djokovic in a 5-set battle. So now Domenic, he will play his 4th major final, and this time Domenic, I know that you will not watch this video, but you who are watching it, Domenic will be for the first time in his career the favorite in his 4th major final, because in the 3 that he has played in his career, he has not been the favorite in those 3. He has been the underdog. And he will face Sasha Zverev, Alexander Sasha Zverev from Germany, who will play his first ever Grand Slam final. The 23 years old German against the 26 years old Domenic Thiem. But before I go into and preview that final, what my thoughts are about that, let's talk a little about the semifinals that we saw yesterday. I had right in both of those matches, actually. I thought that Sasha Zverev will come through and Domenic Thiem will come through. But what I'm a little surprised, not much, because it is still semifinals matches, so you can never be crazy surprised, but little surprised what I am is that Sasha had tremendous big problems against Pablo Carreno Busta PCB. I knew that Sasha would not win the match easy. I said 4 sets victory, but not the way Sasha was playing. I didn't expect that. He was really flat the first 2 sets. He didn't start the match good. He was caught by the moment, I felt. He was spraying unforced errors from both forehand and backhand, he did in total in the match 8 double faults, but most of those double faults, they came in the first and the second set. I believe he did 57 unforced errors in total, Sasha Zverev, in the match, which is not superior, but he does more winners. I'm gonna tell about the winners as well, so we forgive him for that. As long as you do more winners, it is okay, all right? But those unforced errors, 57, I'm talking about 36 of those, they came in the first and second set. So majority of his unforced errors he did in the first and second set, Sasha Zverev. Now somebody can ask, but maybe Pablo Carreno Busta make life difficult to him. Yeah, that's true, especially in the second set. I felt that Carreno Busta, he was playing really clean tennis that didn't give Sasha anything for free. And even in the first set, he was pretty clean, but especially the second set, I felt that Carreno Busta, he was just finding his range and just outdueling Sasha from the baseline. Sasha was pretty passive the first and second set. He was giving Pablo Carreno Busta PCB way too many time to hit his ground strokes. He was too passive, Sasha, in the first two sets. Pablo Carreno Busta actually did only 12 unforced errors the first and the second set. That is unbelievable good. 6 unforced errors in each set, you can say. It was not 6 unforced errors in each set, but he averaged 6 unforced errors in each set. So in total, he did 12 unforced errors the first and the second set. Then he landed in the entire match PCB with 44 unforced errors. So he did 32 more unforced errors the third, fourth, and fifth set. So obviously, clearly, PCB had his peak in this match in the first and second set. So he absolutely played better tennis the first 2 sets, PCB. But Sasha, we have to give him credit as well. He raised his game in the third and fourth and fifth set. He did. He took down his unforced errors. Like I said, he did 36 those 2 first sets. He took down his unforced errors, the 3 remaining sets. He did a tactical change. He noticed that I'm not having a chance against this dude by being least passive. He's not missing any balls. I have to try to win the match because he will not give the match for free to me. So after the first 2 sets, Sasha, he took 1 or 2 steps forward to the baseline. He took the ball much earlier. He took the ball on the rise, and he took time away from Pablo. So Pablo was the player who was dictating the match the first 2 sets, and Sasha was the goalkeeper. But he was not a good goalkeeper because Pablo was hitting through Sasha the first 2 sets, and Pablo was squeezing unforced errors from Sasha the first 2 sets because Sasha made life easy for PCB the first 2 sets. But after the first 2 sets, Pablo, he went down little in his level. Sasha went up little in his level. Sasha was missing less. Sasha was Sasha was the player who was dictating more, and in the end of the day, Sasha was just the slight little better player. Like I said in my previous, and it was exactly like that. I said exactly like this. I believe that in the end of the day, I think that Sasha has a better serve than Pablo, and he will be the player who will break Pablo's serve more than vice versa. And it was exactly like that. Sasha braked PCB 8 times in the entire match. PCB braked Sasha 7 times in the entire match. So there you have it. It was not like Sasha was crushing PCB, but he was in the end just a little better player. Sasha, in the entire match, he cracked 71 winners. That is a great number. 24 aces, so it is great. Like I said, as long as you do more winners than unforced errors, it is okay. But still, I am feeling... Sasha's first serve is huge, like we all know. He doesn't land amazingly many first serves. I believe he landed 62%, if I'm not mistaken. PCB landed more first serve, 71. But PCB's first serve is not even close as powerful as Sasha's. That's why Sasha wins many more points behind his first serve. I believe Sasha won 78% behind his first serve, and PCB only 64. So Sasha's first serve is great, like it has been the entire tournament, but it is the second serve. There, he needs to take that level up with his second serves. He won only 37% behind his second serves. He actually wins worst second serves of all these 4 players that played the semifinals. I think PCB won 42% behind his second serve. Medvedev, I think he won 41%. Sasha 37%, and of course the best of these 4 players from the semifinal who wins most second serve behind his second serves is Domenic Thiem with 55%. So Sasha is still having issues winning many points behind second serve. So that is his weaknesses, really. His biggest weakness is his second serve. He has a solid, good forehand, solid backhand. He can defend pretty okay, Sasha. He has a solid returns, huge first serve, the best first serve of all these 4 players that played the semifinals. But his biggest problem is his second serve. He doesn't win, even when he doesn't do double fault, his second serve is not good. It's too short. He doesn't find the spots. He doesn't do enough behind the second serves. All right, that was the first match. Deservedly winner Sasha Zverev. Congratulations to Sasha for playing his first ever Grand Slam final on Sunday. And then the second match, this was also a little surprise. Not a surprise that Domenic Thiem won. I had him as the winner. I picked him as the winner in this match. You know, guys, I normally never change my picks when I do my preview before a tournament. I had Medvedev as my finalist together with Djokovic, and we know what happened to Djokovic. And I normally doesn't change my mind during the tournament, but I did it on my preview before this match because I just felt that Thiem, he's just too good. He's striking the ball really clean. He's serving good. He doesn't land amazing high percentage of first serves. He has never done that. But he wins many points in the rallies because he's so great from baseline. He's so physical strong. He's mentally strong as well. He has matured as a player. He doesn't pull the trigger all the time like he did when he was 22, 23, 24 years old. He's a little older now. He's 26 years old nowadays. So he values the moments, the situation when he will pull the trigger, when he will slice, when he will be defensive, when he will be offensive. He's just a much smarter player nowadays when he has got a little older. So I just felt that I need to change my pick, which I did, and I was right. But I didn't believe that I thought that the team will maybe win 4 sets, maybe 5, but him to beat Medvedev straight sets, and to be quite honest, the numbers are lying a little because it was a straight set victory, 6-2, 7-6, 7-6 to Thiem, but we all know that Medvedev, he had chances, man. He had chances both in the second and third set. He had a set point in the second set tiebreak. Yes, it was in the tiebreak. Yeah, he had a set point on Thiem serve, so you cannot blame him too much for that. It is always much more difficult to win a point on your opponent's serve. And he had a set point in the third set as well, in this time on his own serve, when he was serving in the 5-3 game. So for this, and he didn't capitalize in none of them. To be quite honest, on the first set point he had on Thiem serve, I don't blame him. Like I said, he couldn't do much there. But on the second set point in the third set, when he was serving Medvedev, he did an unforced error with his forehand. So we should blame him for that. It was not a good point he did there, Medvedev. All in all, Medvedev, he did not a horrible match, to be quite honest, but Thiem is just better. He's striking the ball really good. Like I said, he has as older as gotten, he is much more smarter player. He doesn't pull the trigger all the time. He values the situation. He plays with his head. We all know that Thiem is a tremendous, super talented player. This is not any new news, but we have always said he needs to be more patient. He has always had good shot tolerance, but he has in many matches during his career in the past, he has not valued the situation. He has pulled the trigger too early, but that is not the case nowadays. He did a good match against Medvedev. Medvedev looked really good this year in the US Open. He has not dropped one single set. You know that? Before this match against Domenic Thiem, he has only dropped serve 3 times in his first 5 matches. You know that, guys? So he has been really serving great the entire tournament, but it was a total different beast he faced in the semifinal. Domenic Thiem, he's here to win, especially when he saw Djokovic cracking out in the 4th round. you just can imagine how motivated he was after seeing that. The biggest favorite of the tournament, he cracked out from the US Open, and not only Dominic Thiem, the entire field felt the big names like Medvedev, Thiem, and Sasha, that they have their chance of their lives to win their first ever Grand Slam title. So Dominic, he did a great match. Dominic, he outdueled Medvedev from the baseline. Really, this match had brutal long rallies, but in the end of the day, Dominic, he just outdueled him. He did less unforced errors than Medvedev. Medvedev, I think he did 44 unforced errors in the entire match. Dominic did 33. 9 less unforced errors than Medvedev. Yes, Dominic did less winners. I think Medvedev did 29 winners. Dominic did 22. But in the end of the day, Dominic actually won only 15 more points than Medvedev. And to be a straight sets victory, that is not a lot. I think that Dominic won 127 points and Medvedev won 112 points. So that is only 15 more points. And to be a straight sets victory, that is not a lot in my opinion. And why is that? Because Dominic, he won the important points. Imagine if Medvedev would have served out the second set and the third set, like he had the chance. He had the chance to serve out both the second and the third set. But Dominic, he breaks back in both those occasions. Who knows what would have happened? Maybe Medvedev would have won the match. Who knows? But Medvedev, he just couldn't serve out the second and the third set, and in the end, he paid the price. Dominic is really good in tie breaks. Not only in this match, he has been really good in the entire year, in this strange year. I remember he took out Nadal in Australian Open quarterfinal earlier this year in straight sets, all the sets in tie breaks. He took 2 sets from Sasha Zverev in Australian Open semifinal earlier this year. And he took 2 sets now from Medvedev in tiebreak. So you don't want to be in a tiebreak with Dominic Thiem. Maybe the only player who is better in tiebreaks than Dominic Thiem is probably only Djokovic at the current moment. Nobody else. Yeah, all in all, great performance from Dominic Thiem. He landed 59% first serves. I believe Dominic Thiem, he won 79% behind of those. Even though the Dominic doesn't land a lot of first serves in, it doesn't matter because he's so good on taking that third shot of the game, of outdueling his opponents from the baseline, of just not giving you free points. You need, because in the past Dominic used to give many free points for free to his opponents. That seems not to be the case nowadays. So he won 79% behind his first serves. That is a great number, Dominic Thiem. And like I said, he's the second serve king. He wins so many points behind his second serves, 55%. That is best of all the players. What I know, especially from these 4 players that played the semifinal, nobody has won more second points behind his second serves than Dominic Thiem from these remaining 4 players that we saw in the semifinals. Medvedev, he's not bad. He won 41% behind his second serves. Medvedev, that is okay number. That is not bad, and he won, I believe. 46%, 41% behind second serve. That is a great number. But 55% winning behind your second serve is a much better number. So, all in all, a great performance from Dominic Thiem, a deservedly winner. Medvedev had not dropped one single set in the entire tournament, and when he faced Dominic, he couldn't take one single set from him, even though he had great chances both in the second and the third set. A deservedly winner both from Dominic Thiem. And now we have the final, guys. The US Open final 2020 between Dominic Thiem versus Alexander Sasha Zverev. The head-to-head between these two is 7-2 to Dominic Thiem, so he's clearly has a big advantage there. But that head-to-head means little, but doesn't mean anything. All the thing in a matchup. This will be a new match. They will face each other for the first ever time in a Grand Slam final. They have faced each other 3 times before in slams, not finals, but in slams. 2 times in French Open. Of course, Dominic was won both of those because he's a better clay court player than Sasha. And one time in Australian Open early this year, Domenic won that match in 4 sets. So now they will face each other in a slam match for the 4th ever time, for the 1st ever time in a final. Who, like I said earlier in my video, man, we have to be honest. Domenic will be the favorite for the 1st ever time in his career in a Grand Slam final. That has not been the case in his 3 previous major finals, because he has played against big members of the big 3. So now that is not the case in this final. So, and Domenic knows this. Sasha knows this as well. So Domenic will play this final with much bigger pressure what he did in his 3 first major finals. So let's see if Domenic Thiem will deliver. Let's see if Domenic Thiem will feel the pressure. Let's see if Domenic Thiem will be caught by the moment, like Sasha Zverev was caught by the moment against PCB in his first 2 sets, where he was really flat. I believe that Domenic Thiem, he is ready. Will Domenic Thiem be the new Andy Murray and lose his first 4 major finals, which was the case with Andy Murray? He lost his first 4 major finals, and he won his 5th major final. Domenic has lost his first 3 major finals, like we all know. Will he be the new Andy Murray, or will Sasha Zverev, or will he not be the new Andy Murray and win his 4th major final and not his 5th like Andy Murray did? Look, man. What do I believe will happen in this match? First of all, I think that Domenic Thiem is the better player, and I believe that many of you agree with me. He's hitting the ball really clean. He can handle Sasha Zverev from the baseline. Both of these guys are baseline players. They are not players who goes to the net a lot. They are not. But who is the better net player? It is Sasha. Domenic Thiem is not the greatest net player, in my opinion. Sasha is a better net player than Domenic. But in my opinion, Domenic is a better baseline player than Sasha. Not that Sasha is bad from a baseline, but Domenic is better. Domenic, he can hit through Sasha Zverev. I believe. And even though that this surface is faster than last year's US Open, it is still not murderous fast, especially in night matches, especially not because the condition gets cooler, so it is not easy to hit through. Like I said, Domenic did only 22 winners against Medvedev. That is not a lot in 3 sets. But Medvedev, he's great as a defender. And Sasha, is he as good as in defensive skills like Medvedev? No, I don't think so. I believe that, in my opinion, Medvedev is a better defender player than Sasha. So I believe that Thiem will do more winners against Sasha than 22 like he did against Medvedev. So I think that Thiem will hit through Sasha more than what he did against Medvedev. And Sasha, he needs to really be sharp from the get-go against Thiem. He doesn't afford to give Thiem 2 sets, because you know that, guys, that Sasha Zverev has never came back from 2-love down. It was the first ever time he did that against PCB in his career. So if Sasha Zverev is 2-love down against Thiem, it will be bye-bye for him. He will not come back against a beast, physical beast who is never tired. In my opinion, he almost never looks tired. Domenic Thiem, Sasha Zverev cannot afford to give Domenic Thiem a 2-love lead. That's for sure. So Sasha Zverev, he needs to be ready from the get-go in this final to have a chance and to defeat Domenic Thiem. So, man, this is Domenic's chance. Sasha Zverev is not Djokovic. Sasha Zverev is not Nadal. Sasha Zverev will make Domenic Thiem's life easier. Yeah, Sasha has a huge serve. So that Sasha needs to keep on serving good. To be quite honest, he needs even to serve higher percentage first serve, because he landed 62% first serves against PCB and he barely defeated him. It was a close 5-set battle. He needs to have a little higher first serves in against Domenic. He needs to land between 65 and 70% first serves in, I believe, against Domenic for Sasha to be the winner. 62 will not be enough because Sasha Zverev's second serves are not helping him really. Like I said, he's the worst player of these four semifinalists to win behind his second serves. He won only 37% behind his second serves against PCB. And that will not be enough against Domenic Thiem. I can guarantee you that, guys. He needs to be winning more behind his second serve. 37% will not be enough. I can guarantee you that, guys. So, Sasha needs to serve a little better. He needs to get up his first percentage of first serves higher. 65 to 70 to be the winner here. He needs to take down his unforced errors. 57 will not be enough against Domenic Thiem. It was enough, barely enough against PCB. It will not be enough against Domenic Thiem. The winners are good. He's striking a bunch of winners. 71 against PCB. He needs to keep that going. The services are good. 24 against PCB. He needs to keep that going as well against the Domenic Thiem. But it is not another. It is a total different beast now. Domenic Thiem is not PCB. So I think that Sasha Zverev will have. Man, Sasha Zverev has dropped 6 sets in the entire tournament. He has actually won only one match in straight sets, and that was in the 4th round. And all of the other matches, all of the other 5 matches, he has dropped sets, Sasha Zverev. Domenic Thiem has only dropped 1 set, and that was against Cilic in the 3rd round. So clearly, Domenic Thiem is the player who is more in shape, who is more in form, who is more sharp. He has looked much more superior than what Sasha Zverev has done. But that doesn't mean that Sasha Zverev doesn't have a chance. Of course, he has a chance, for God's sakes. He's in the final for a reason. So he will like his chances. But Sasha Zverev is not the favorite, in my opinion. The favorite is Domenic Thiem here. That's for sure. That's what I feel. The head-to-head is 7-2 to Domenic Thiem as well. In majors, 3-love. But can Sasha Zverev win the match? Absolutely. Do I believe that he will win the match? No, I don't. If I give my percentage of chances who will win in percentage, I will say 60% chances to Thiem, 40% chances to Sasha. I'm not counting Sasha out because it is a final. Nerves can come into Dominic's skin. You never know. He knows that this is the first ever time he's playing a major final while he's being the favorite. That has not been the case in his 3 previous major finals. So we don't know how Domenic will react. And we don't know Sasha. If he has a rocket bombing serving day, Domenic maybe will have really hard time breaking him. So Sasha didn't do a superb match against PCB. So if Sasha plays that kind of match in the final, he will not have a chance against Domenic Thiem. I swear to you that, guys. But I believe that Sasha will get up his level because he will need it. He knows that. For God's sake, PCB break Sasha's serve 7 times. 7 times. That is way too much. If Domenic Thiem breaks Sasha's serve 7 times, like PCB did, Sasha will lose this match in straight sets. And Domenic has a solid returns. He has improved his returns. He doesn't kill you immediately in the returns. He returns similar way like Nadal. He just tries to take the ball into the rallies and then kill you when the rallies goes on. He has found a great slice. He's hitting the forehand good. He's not doing a lot of unforced error with his backhand. His backhand is still little way up and down, but he's striking the ball really clean. He break Medvedev's serve 4 times, Domenic Thiem, and all the other dudes in the 5 matches that Medvedev played, they only break his serve 3 times. Thiem break Medvedev's serve 4 times in 1 match. So obviously Thiem is doing things really good here. But my prediction, my preview, my thoughts here that I believe that Thiem will win his first ever Grand Slam title against Alexander Sasha Zverev. in this 2020 US Open final in 4 sets. That is my prediction. That is what I feel. Let's see, guys. Let's see what happens. It will be an interesting match, and I will really look forward to that. So that is my prediction, guys, for this 2020 US Open final. I believe that Domenic Thiem will be the new Grand Slam champion that we have not had in tennis for many years. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this long 30 minutes video. Take care and see you next time. Bye-bye.